How many of you have ever thought it might be fun to be a salesperson? Anybody ever sold anything? It's fun. It is fun. What if I told you you already are? Okay. So what if I then told you that you have an unbranded product to sell that no one else has, that is virtually priceless in terms of worth? So let me go a step further and let you in on a little secret. The product that you're selling is a gold mine, and you're the only one that can offer it. That's because the product is you. And I'm going to teach you how to sell yourself today like a professional. Get your mind out of the gutter. Okay, so you're probably already saying to yourself, what is she talking about? I couldn't sell something if my life depended on it. Untrue. We sell from the time we are babies. Babies sell when they want a bottle. 2-year-olds sell when they want a cookie. Mommy, please. Come on, you've seen it, right? How about when you were 15, you had your learning permit, and you wanted to use the car, but you gotta have somebody with you, right? Mom, you know, I know you're really tired, and I saw that we were out of milk, and I thought I would save you some steps. So if you want to ride with me, I will drive you down to the grocery store with my hair spiked up and the window down and my sunglasses on, right? Come on. Okay. So we all are salespeople from the time we are little. So each one of you already possesses the skills you need to sell this amazing person called you. And I'm just going to kind of give you some points on how to do that, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is take a test. How many of you like tests? Not a lot of fun, right? So you have to sell, if you're going to sell a product, you have to have a recognizable brand, right? So, what brand? Apple, right. Next one. And I'm even covering them halfway up, so I'm going to make it harder on you. What brand?
Coca-Cola.
Right, okay. What brand?
Nike.
Nike. Obvious. All right. Most of us know this one, especially us older folks. What brand?
eBay.
eBay. And last but not least, this one might be a little harder, but I see them just about every day. FedEx. Right. Okay. So probably every one of us at some point has drinking a Coke while using our Apple product to order some Nike cool thing off of eBay that's going to be shipped to us by FedEx, right? Why is that? Because those brands are out there. We see them, we recognize them, and we use them, okay? So a really cool quote, when I was preparing this speech, I came across a quote from Tom Peters, and he said, regardless of age, regardless of position, regardless of the business you happen to be in, all of us need to understand the importance of branding, okay? We are CEOs of our own companies, me incorporated, and our most important job is to be the head marketer for the brand called you, okay? Your brand should be comprised of your strengths and your skill sets. I want all of you, when you're thinking about this later on, when you're getting ready for a job interview, to have a note card where you've jotted down 5 to 10 of your best skills, okay? But I also want you to find 5 peers, and they can be friends, they can be coworkers, they can be employers that you've had, to also do that for you. Say, I just need you to jot down about 5 things that you think are good qualities about me, because this is going to become part of your brand, okay? Compare notes between the two and create your brand description. Prioritize by the skills that show up most often, all right? So now that you have a brand, let's look at this like we would every other sales pitch. The first thing you have to do is qualify your customer. Wade, you've had a little Tyler. So a little bit of experience selling a product. Your family sells products. So you know that you have to qualify your customer. You're not going to sell the most expensive product to the customer that is financially challenged. We're just not. So when you're going in for a job interview, you need to know a little bit about the position you're applying for, do you not? You do. So if your employer is looking for a team player, someone that can take instruction, you're probably not going to say, I am an awesome leader and I love to work alone, right? It just makes sense. So you're going to sell to the customer you have. You're going to sell yourself to the employer you're seeking a position with. You can ask questions. There's nothing wrong with asking questions in an interview. Jennifer Paris made a very good point when she said this. Remember this, if you weren't pre-qualified for the position, you wouldn't have been called in for the interview, right? So you've already got your foot in the door. After you've determined what's expected of you, after you've qualified your customer, you need to make your sales pitch. So Paris also said that she recommends telling a personal story or two in order to demonstrate your skills, and that each story should be comprised of 3 parts. A problem you faced, what you did to fix it, and the outcome of it. So let me insert here, you need to be careful of being what my grandmother would call braggadocious. Not sure if that's even a word, but I think you get what I mean. Nobody wants to talk to or listen to an egomaniac. So here's my recommendation to present the most beautiful, amazing, awesome you. First, be real. If you aren't, people are going to see right through you. This hyper person you see up here, that's me. It's who I am, and I own it, okay? Be honest, secondly. You've heard it said a million times, the best way to remember a story is to tell the truth. Be positive, know your strengths, sell them, wear them like a t-shirt, okay? Be assertive and be persistent. There's nothing wrong with calling an employer a day or two later and saying, hey, I just wondered if you had a chance to look over my resume and offer you the chance to ask me any questions you might have. That says I'm interested in your position, okay? Susanna Breslin said that she often recommended the person who annoyed her the most. That person that was the squeaky wheel, the most persistent. Whatever you do, do not dwell on your failures. Of course, you know your weaknesses. We all have them. We all make mistakes. The key is to learn from them and move on. Overcome them. Every failure should be a chance to strengthen your brand. Learn from your mistakes. Every mistake can be a stepping stone to your next success. Every one of you has something that makes you special. We've been in this class for several weeks. I'd like for each one of you to turn your card over. I don't know you very well, but I've heard you speak. And these are just a few of the strengths that I personally see in you. McKenna is an obvious sweetheart. I wish she was here and could hear that. She shows a caring spirit. Rutger and Tyler, you both are hard workers with a no-nonsense attitude. It's obvious. Dawn, you're a deep thinker and a hard worker as well. Morgan, she's goal-oriented, driven. Braden, you've got a great attitude. Nicole's a multitasker. And you have a passion for the arts, and it's very obvious. Use your strengths. Every single one of you has unmeasurable potential. Use it. Establish your brand, qualify your customer, and then market that product called you, okay? Give them your sales pitch. Walk in with a smile and leave with confidence in yourself that you're the right candidate for the job. After all, there's no better person to sell your amazing product than you.